everyone, so it was my 29th birthday on Friday the 9th of December, and last year for my birthday I did a video called 28 where I chatted through 28 great things that happened throughout the year. So I thought it would be nice to do the same video again this year, but 29 things. I can't believe I'm in my last year of my 20s. It's just crazy. Growing up, I was always younger than everyone. I had friends that were older than me, older siblings, and I feel like suddenly everyone's younger than me. Whenever I ask someone their age, they're like 24, and it's kind of freaking me out. But apart from that, I don't really mind being 29. I'm excited for my 30th. But yeah, last year in my 20s. As I said last year, there's lots of not great things that have happened too, but I want to just focus on the good things. And a lot of these are work related, mainly because the only way I can remember anything that's happened in the last year is by going through my diary, but also because it's more relevant to you guys. But I've written down in my notebook 29 really great things, and yeah, let's go through them. For New Year's Eve last year, my friends and I got together and we decided the fancy dress should be famous couples, past, present, dead or alive, and Rich and I decided to go as Katy Perry and Russell Brand, but Rich dressed as Katy Perry and I dressed as Russell Brand, and it was so funny. We did a video getting ready together. I just think we looked great, and our friends had no idea we were gonna kind of swap and I'll be the man and Rich be the woman, and they loved it and it was so good and we had such a fun New Year's Eve. In January I went away with Rich's family. It was actually the first family holiday with his side of the family, so it was really nice. We went skiing, and I haven't been skiing since I was really young, and they're all really good at skiing, so I was very nervous, but I did enjoy it. I mean, there were times where I definitely got stuck at the top of a mountain and I had an absolute meltdown. Apparently it happens to the best of us. It was very cozy. For number 3, I forgot to include my Blogosphere magazine cover shoot. It was such a fun day shooting these photos. I loved how they came out, and I also loved the article. I think it was such an interesting read and I had a really fun day, so it's definitely a highlight from the past year. Mine and Anna's Beauty Chat live tour came back, and we did it with Clarins this time, and it was so great. They had like pop-up stores in London, Birmingham and Edinburgh, and we hosted a meetup there, and it was such a nice vibe because we sat on a little stage, but it was really like informal Q&A, and you guys got to have like afternoon tea and then look around the Clarins pop-up, and it felt so relaxed, and it really confirmed that I love meeting you guys in that sort of way, and it's always really fun doing these things with Anna, so that was a really fun memory for me and I loved working with Clarins on it. I took part in the Jessup's level 1 photography course, and since then I've also done level 2, and I really enjoy it. It takes a whole day out of my working day, which is hard. It's like a 10 till 4 course, but so worth it. I just feel really passionate about always improving my skills. I love photography. I don't get to like practice it enough because like with what we do, the camera's just sitting there on a tripod now and it's not really a creative kind of process. But I love just on the weekends like taking my camera out and taking photos. I do get really frustrated when I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, which is why I wanted to do the level 1 and 2 course, and I do feel more confident now, but it's all about practice. I have to keep practicing so I don't forget. It's so fiddly, but I would definitely recommend the Jessup's photography course if you want to improve your photography skills. There were people there with all different cameras at all different levels, and it was such a nice little like class as well. We really got on with everyone. I went to Disneyland Paris with my family, and it was so nice because we never really all go away together because there's so many of us and there's so many kids and everyone wants to do different things, but everyone wanted to go to Disneyland Paris, and it was so nice. Apart from when we lost Bailey, that was terrifying, but we found him and we had so much fun on all the rides and the atmosphere. The kids loved it, and it's definitely a trip I'll always remember. I held my first ever Facebook Live, and I'd never seen anyone do a Facebook Live, but I'd seen that this kind of setting had come up on my page and it sounded really cool, so I managed to convince Anna to do it with me. She came over one night and we did a pizza party, so we ordered Domino's and then we set up Facebook Live and kind of sat there, ate our pizza and chatted to you guys live, and we could see all your questions coming in. It was like a massive adrenaline rush. It was kind of crazy. We didn't know what we were doing, but it was really fun. I think it lasted like an hour and a half, and afterwards we were like, whoa, that was crazy. So we really loved doing that, and I actually haven't done one since. I don't know why. Like, I just keep forgetting that it exists, but let me know if you want me to do another Facebook Live, and yeah, I definitely will. It was really fun. And then off the back of that, I was sitting at home one night and I got a tweet from someone saying, Mark Zuckerberg has just mentioned you in his annual keynote speech. And I was like, what? I don't understand. And I searched the internet and I finally found an image of Mark Zuckerberg, the creator of Facebook, on this huge stage. He does this annual keynote every year and he's talking about Facebook Live. And whilst he's talking, a picture of me and Anna doing our Facebook Live pizza party comes up on the screen with my username, Lily Pebbles. I don't know, because I never got video footage, whether he actually talked about us or it just came up on the screen. But oh my God, that is like a career moment for me, just to even be acknowledged. The fact that he would have looked at his presentation and seen that image. I must have either been one of the first in my community to do it, or maybe it was just good timing. I have no idea why he chose me or why whoever did the presentation chose me, but it was really exciting and I felt really proud. I went to New York with Urban Decay and it was such a fun trip. I'm always really nervous to go to things without Anna, but obviously now we live apart, it's happening more and more, and I need to get used to just kind of like doing things by myself. But it was so nice because Amelia was on that trip, who I get on with really well, and Lydia, who I think I met her for the first time on this trip, and we've become really good friends. So it was just a really nice trip. I love going to New York. I got to spend some time with Keisha, stayed out for a couple of extra days at the end, and we did a really fun like photo shoot for the lipsticks. It just felt like a really special like Urban Decay event, and I was really honoured to be invited on the trip. And then pretty much straight away I went on another press trip, and this was definitely one of the best trips I've ever been on. I went to the south of France with Chanel. The south of France is somewhere I know really well because I've been going my whole life. We were with such nice people. Anna was there, Ruth was there, and there's some really nice journalists as well that we really got on with. We got to see how they make Chanel No. 5 perfume, and we went to the rose fields where they pick the rose petals. We got to pick some ourselves. We saw how the whole process was made. I just found it so interesting. It was like a once in a lifetime trip. I'll always remember it, and I made a really special video of the trip so I can look back on it. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it above, but it was definitely one of my favourite videos and it was such a special trip. Anna and I became digital ambassadors for Look Good Feel Better this year, which is a charity that helps women and teenagers deal with the side effects of cancer. They hold these amazing workshops where they teach them how to look after their skin and do their makeup, draw on their brows, and it's just really light-hearted, and the women come away feeling so happy and it's so enjoyable. And one of the first activities we did with Look Good Feel Better was their swalk. So it was a charity sponsored walk. It was meant to be this like sunny walk along the fields in the countryside. It was pouring with rain. It was very muddy and slippery, but we did it and we raised lots of money, raised lots of awareness, and since then we've done so much with the charity. Soon we're going to be announcing how much money we've actually raised for them this year, and I've heard a sneak peek and I just can't believe it. I'm so happy and I'm honoured that I could be a part of it. I went to Innocent Festival with Rich and his best man, his best friend Nevo, and then my like best woman, my best friend Hannah. And it was so nice for the four of us to be together because we don't get to do that often, and it's quite a new small festival, so it felt really like intimate, and we ate really good food, we listened to really good music. I think Mama's Gun played there, and it was just so fun. It was nice for the four of us to be together, like me and Rich and our best friends. I went to the Glamour Woman of the Year Awards, and it was so exciting to be invited because it's a pretty epic event. I went with Manuka Doctor and a few other bloggers, and we sat on the same table as Kourtney Kardashian, but I was just... The reason that evening sticks out in my memory is just because it's a whole event, a whole awards to celebrate women who have done great things, who have been successful in their career, and that's definitely something I'm really passionate about. There's been loads of great things this year and it was hard to get the list down, but for some reason that night sticks out as just a really cool event that I was really excited to be a part of, and I really hope I can go again next year. Anna and I went to LA again, and we know that our audience isn't necessarily at VidCon. It's definitely a younger audience. I think we go more for the industry panels and to meet other creators. So we took it a bit less seriously this year and we thought, yeah, we'll do VidCon, but let's make it more of a LA trip. And we stayed out for a bit longer beforehand and it was so fun. We were just both in like really good moods and we did such like fun stuff. We went to the Late Late Show, James Corden chat show. We did loads of shopping, loads of eating, and then we rented like a Jeep and drove down to Anaheim for VidCon, and that was so fun to have like a road trip, and it was the first time I'd driven an automatic car and in America. It was such a fun trip. We laughed so much and I'm so glad I vlogged because there's such funny vlogs to look back on. In August I had my hen, which is my bachelorette party for those of you who aren't English. I'd said to my friends like I really don't need a big fuss. I feel like hens get really out of hand. I was like I'm so happy with just a Saturday night out, but they're so lovely and they really wanted to celebrate the fact that I was getting married. And it wasn't crazy expensive, but we did like a Friday night dinner at my sister's house. They had like a butler in the bath, and then we had these activities during the day on Saturday. We did like a silent disco in the Shard. I mean, I can't even run through everything. We did so much. It was amazing, better than I ever could have imagined. My friends know me so well, and it was quite a small group of people as well, so everyone knew each other and got on really well, and I absolutely loved it. I will always remember my hen weekend. Then we had the Gleam summer party, and it's so nice for me to have the summer party and Christmas party with Gleam, who are my management agent, because I don't have colleagues, I don't have an office, so any of these get-togethers is like a time for us to see like colleagues and people we work with, and it's so nice just to get together and kind of celebrate. The summer party was at this amazing house, and we had like beautiful rooms, me and Anna shared, and it was a really fun party. I always said that I was going to do my own makeup on my wedding just because I'm terrified of other people doing my makeup, and I don't think I've ever met anyone that's done it how I like it. But when the opportunity came up for Sam Chapman to do my makeup for my wedding, I was like, yes, 100%, not even going to think about it. So I went to Sam's studio in Norwich, and we filmed some videos together, which was just a dream come true. I've watched Pixie Woo's channels since they launched at the beginning. I've always been such a huge fan. Obviously, I then got to get to know the girls in real life, and they're lovely. So to film together was just such a dream, and it was so enjoyable. And then Sam did my makeup, my wedding makeup trial, and it was perfect. I just left being like, yep, that's perfect. I don't want to change anything about it. She is so great. We celebrated being in our flat for 1 whole year. Well, we didn't really celebrate because we kind of forgot, but August came around and it'd been a year since we'd got our flat and moved in and decorated. And so much has changed in a year. I absolutely love our flat. I love where it is. I love the feel of it. I love the decor. It is very small though, and because I work from home, I do feel like I'm outgrowing it faster than I would if I didn't work from home. So I don't know how long we'll be here for, but it's been so nice, like making our little home. This is our first home. This is where we got engaged. This is where we got married, and we'll probably be here for another year. And yeah, I'm really proud of like what we've created here. I went into Lamplighter London to meet Kiara, the owner, and she taught me a little bit of calligraphy. It wasn't like a full-on course. We just had like an hour together. And she taught me the basics and gave me some tips for my wedding. And that was kind of the beginning of my love for calligraphy. And after that, I went on to do some other courses. I got an iPad Pro and I practiced kind of with the pen. And it's just, yeah, it's been one of those kind of hobbies I've really enjoyed this year. I don't kind of sit down with a pen and paper and do calligraphy all the time, but it's something I can apply to other things. And I definitely recommend trying a calligraphy course if you haven't yet. It's really fun, it's really relaxing, and yeah, I really enjoyed getting into that this year. Me and Rich did an engagement shoot. Now, I've always made fun of people who do engagement shoots. I just think they're so cringe and so cheesy. But actually, once I thought about what the point of them are, it kind of made sense. Like, I think the whole point is that you get to meet your photographer and you get to practice, and it's mainly for Rich because he's not used to taking photos. So I'm really glad we did it because one, we got some really nice photos out of it, and also when the wedding came around, we only wanted to spend 20 minutes taking photos. So Rich had already met the photographer, he already knew like how the whole posing thing worked. We had like 4 poses that we knew we wanted to do, and we smashed it and we got it done in like half an hour. I did a photo shoot for the InStyle Project 13 awards. I was so excited to be nominated for those awards, and I actually won Best Beauty Blogger, which was so exciting. I don't often win awards, and it's just nice to know that someone's voting, someone thinks I'm good at what I'm doing. And the shoot itself was just really fun. It was quite different. There was like really interesting photographers, and I really liked how the photos came out. We got married. It seems so weird to put this in like a list because it's pretty epic compared to everything else on this list, but we got married and it was such a dream day. I had never dreamt about my wedding. I had no idea what we wanted. I was the sort of person who said, I can't believe how much people spend on a wedding just for one day. We tried really hard to like constantly remind ourselves that we don't have to do what everyone else does. We could just do what we want and it will be fine. And we kept pushing back on like wedding traditions, and we really did create the perfect day for us. And we were both so happy. I would 100% do it again. I wouldn't change anything. All the money, all the stress, all the time, all the planning was definitely worth it. It was incredible, and I had the best day. After the wedding, me and Rich went to Soho Farmhouse for a little mini moon. At that point, we hadn't really thought about what we were going to do about a honeymoon, so we just wanted to get away for a few days, and it was really, really nice. I'd been there before, but Rich hadn't, and we had a little cabin, and we just did so much relaxing and reminiscing about the wedding and like looking at photos, and it was great. We don't even go away that often together, so it was really nice. We've actually now booked to go on our honeymoon to South Africa at the end of Feb, which I'm so excited about. Straight after the mini moon, I actually had to come back a day early, but it was so worth it because I had a video shoot with Bobbi Brown herself. I'd been speaking to Bobbi Brown Cosmetics for a while on how we could work together. It's a brand I really like, and usually with these things, when they offer up kind of an ambassador or someone to film with, I'm always a bit wary because I think it can come across a bit awkward and forced. But I really wanted to film with Bobbi because it's Bobbi Brown, and thankfully she was so great on camera. We both felt so relaxed. It was just like chatting to a friend. You guys gave such good feedback on the video, so I was so happy, and it was definitely worth coming back from my mini moon early. It was such a fun video to film. In October we went to Dorset with my friends. It's funny because the year before we went away for my friend Rob's birthday, and this year this trip happened to fall on his birthday again. It's turning into some kind of tradition. But we went to Dorset and we got this huge house right by the sea, and it was so nice. It had like a cinema room in it, it had a hot tub, and we were all just like full on let's have fun mode. And we did it all. We did the jacuzzi, we did the cinema room, went for walks, we went to a place called The Pig for lunch. It was such a nice trip, and I love it when us six go away because it's always so fun. One of the other events that Anna and I put on with Look Good Feel Better was an afternoon tea at Liberty, and it's something we've been talking about for at least a year. We said how nice would it be if we could have an afternoon tea with our viewers, and Look Good Feel Better have a really good relationship with Liberty, so we've been chatting about it for so long, and finally we made it happen. The room was beautiful, the tea was great. We did like a little quick Q&A and then walked around the room and chatted to everyone. Loads of you came with friends or with mums. And then there was like an epic goodie bag at the end. It was such a fun event, probably one of my favourite like meetup events. Anna and I went on a press trip with Olympus, and I really liked it because it was very different to like a beauty trip because it was with a camera brand, and you guys know I love geeking out about cameras. I actually did a review video when I came back. I love learning about cameras, and the whole trip like encouraged us to go and take photos, so it was really nice. But also we met Carrie and Reem on that trip. I'd met Carrie a few times, but we really got to know her and Reem, and they're both so nice, and we get on really well as like a little foursome. We're all very similar, and it was like a really nice bonding trip, and we've stayed really close ever since. One of the most recent things we've done with Look Good Feel Better is launch the Lily and Anna jumpers, and this is seriously something we've been working on for a year. I can't believe how long things can take sometimes. But we created some jumpers. We put on one of them hashtag no makeup day and the other one loungewear for life. We've never sold anything before, so we had no idea how they would do. This time round we were giving 100% of the profits to Look Good Feel Better, so it's all for charity. We didn't make anything out of them, and they sold out in 2 hours. Well, all the mediums and large sold out in 2 hours. There was like a bit of a mix up with the sizing. So we have added more stock. It's really not something we had planned to do at all. We thought this would be a one-off. So we've added more stock. We've added 2 extra sizes. So like an extra large and an extra large. And to be honest, they might be out when this video goes up. Best thing to do is follow me on Twitter or Snapchat or Instagram, because we're going to be announcing it on our social media as soon as the new stock comes. But it was just so fun. Thank you guys so much for your support on the jumpers. I have like a little app every time someone bought one. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So we've come to 29, the final great thing that happened this year. And last year, the 28th thing was that my oldest sister Carly was pregnant. I can't believe Soren, my nephew, wasn't even here then. He is so cute. I literally love him to pieces. So it seems only right to tell you for the 29th great thing. Don't get excited. I'm not pregnant. My sister Jojo's having another baby. I can't believe I'm gonna have another niece or nephew. Carly's got 2 kids, Jojo's got 2, and now another one on the way. So I'm gonna be an auntie for the 5th time. I can't wait. I love babies. Also, I feel like the more there are, the more likely one of them's gonna think I'm the best auntie. I'm pretty sure I'm in there with Honey. So yeah, really exciting. Jojo's pregnant, and a really nice happy way to end this video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed hearing my 29 great things that have happened since my last birthday. Thank you to anyone who sent me happy birthday messages on Friday. I can't believe I'm 29. I just don't feel 29. I'm gonna link my last video here, also a subscribe button if you haven't yet subscribed, and a link to my Vlogmas 2016 playlist if you'd like to catch up with any of the vlogs I've been posting this month. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys at my next video. Bye!